My friends, welcome. This is Archangel. In the context of awakening males, many have littered rich innuendo suggesting that male empowerment is for the less attractive and those who are over the hill. And they say this like it is some sort of revelation. Nope. Sorry, Captain Originality. This is a very well-worn shaming tactic of males who are rejecting gynocentrism. It is, of course, the accusation that male empowerment warriors can't get laid. More specifically, that they cannot attract female attention or adoration, of which being unattractive is a very significant causal factor. Guys will say, well, yeah, you are male empowerment because you have to be. Nobody wants you. And then these blue pillars will pat themselves on the back for making such an enlightened observation. It's like telling some overcooked land whale that, well, of course she is a fire-breathing feminist lesbian because no man wants her. So today, I was talking to a guy at work about male-female realities. I have counseled him on relations previously, proceeding to take his virginity regarding female intentions, and he agreed that I was right about this stuff. Then today, I went on further to explain that males are devalued in mass, at which point you could see his eyes glaze a bit. So I stopped and said, "You don't agree?" "It's not that I don't agree." He was searching for words. "You are just not interested," I finished for him. Yeah. Yep. This is the biggest problem with males. This is the leading cause of MGTOW failure to launch. Apathy. Not caring about your worth or that of your brother so long as you get your female-assisted ejaculation, your pat on the head, your validation for the day. Screw everything else. However, as we chatted, his apathy for the male plight hailed a different source. He eventually admitted that he knows he is good looking, that he is a catch, and he has no problem attracting females. He can pretty much guarantee getting hit on when he goes out. I see. Now, I have discussed this before, that physically attractive males think they are in charge. They think there is no male devaluation because they have little to no experience with it thus far. I can understand that males born with good looks or a silver spoon are used to everybody in their immediate environment making a big deal over them. Indeed, there are many males that are used to being coddled or pampered or having things simply given to them because of their aesthetic or social advantages. Males that are used to being chased by women, most likely avoiding conspicuous devaluation. And thus, they think that we are nuts, or that we are weak, whiny, gay, geek, betas, la la la. This was the key to his attitude about the male plight. It is because of this seeming privilege that his apathy gains purchase. He has females chasing him, and thus his needs are met. He is the employer, thumbing through the applications, picking and choosing what he wants. But this is a false sense of security. Some males may be more valuable than other males, yet no male is equal in value to any female. And when the ship sinks, he is just as expendable, disposable, and worth less as any other male juxtaposed to any female. Males are worth less than females in our society. Point blank. The only wrangling males do is to establish value over other males. Hence, we have the alpha-beta paradigm. Males vying for position of value over other males. Yet, at the end of the day, you are still male, and the most powerful, rich, good-looking alpha is still worth less than the most lowly, rode-hard, put-up-wet Medusa female. And I think you know why. Because of uterus. How silly, these males with their inflated heads and swollen egos. Oh yeah, they will find out how charmed their lives are and how much privilege they have when they find themselves treading water next to the lesser males that they used to think themselves better than. Meanwhile, the people that they used to think were helpless and oppressed, the delicate flowers that had it so hard in life, those repressed works of art that they thought were objectified for male pleasure, those beings that were lowered in value, females, yeah, they were actually superior in value the whole time, and they are floating away on the life raft, while you, your male privilege, and your worth have about 20 minutes before you cramp up and drown, or before sharks grab their buddies and head down to your splashing restaurant for lunch. So I went on to make this coworker realize that when you boil it all down to brass tacks in the most extreme of examples, such as a sinking ship, that male value is lower than that of females in this world, which is under a gynocentric regime. He actually conceded that I was right, and without trying to sound arrogant, I replied, I know I am. But did it light a fire in his soul to liberate males? Pretty much no, not so much. You see, what he and other advantaged males need in order to light that fire is repeated confrontations with the business end of females and the world that elevates them. They need to be burned as many times as it takes them personally to be receptive to their true state of value in this world. If a snorkeler lives a charmed life and only ever sees the tail of a shark, then he thinks everything is cool. But after you meet the business end of the shark, only then do you rethink the beast entirely. And these blue pill males need to be bit many times over to realize that these crazy gay woman haters were actually onto something. They had some truth. Anyhow, after that conversation, I did what I always do and questioned my generalities and conclusions regarding the world and the animals we know as Homo sapien. I continually question my material to keep it honest and true. Are male spaces simply for the unattractive and disadvantaged? Is there a common thread here? Well, indeed, I am male, unsightly, cumbersome, and loathed like all the rest of the Y-chromosomed ogres, and thus I have struggled with acceptance of my looks for some years, and perhaps that led me to isolate myself and observe the sexes from a distant, detached point of view. However, like most males, it's not about our looks. It's about our confidence, our self-worth. Even the most attractive person in the world can be undesirable if you see how broke down and insecure they really are. The saying that confidence is attractive and externals do not matter is true more often than not. Well, males are gods, beaten down into simpering doormats, so the only problem males have is nurturing inner beauty, not outer. However, in regards to male aesthetics and superficialities, if I was super smoking hot, I wouldn't have time to care about my brothers. I'd probably be knee-deep in chemical highs and ego-stroking from all the females trying to set their hooks in me, which would most likely cause me to be just as unreceptive and apathetic as privileged males. But, of course, there is no stock in this "you're ugly or old, so obviously you are male empowerment because you have to be" shaming tactic. Because guess what? All males, big, tall, handsome, or purple with blue polka-dotted ears, if you have a Y chromosome, you are disposable, and nothing, not your looks, not your money, not your stature, not your wit or charm, nothing has bought you worth equal to any female in the eyes of society. And when the plane is crashing, it won't be you who gets the last parachute, or when the plague breaks out, it will not be you or your male privilege that gets the last inoculation or antidote. Moreover, I guarantee you that there are numerous hot, sexy MGTOWs that reject society and monk from females or sex. So really, awakening is not about being hot or ugly. The state of one's physical appearance only seems to address when a male wakes up. Less attractive males seem to wake sooner, and actually I think being less attractive is a saving grace for males because they see females' true natures earlier and usually escape the shackles that most males are ensnared by. Meaning if you are super hot, you will have females laying out the fine china to ensnare you. And since most males are as weak as a dead battery around females, chances are astronomically higher that with repeated interactions, eventually they will knock up some chick or be manipulated into marriage, and thus the attractive males only wake up after they have been on the business end of gynocentrism while sitting in court, subjected to divorce, alimony, and child support, or false accusations of rape or paternity fraud, etc. So, good looks may simply affect when a male awakens. And to further belabor the point, male empowerment is not about looks because, well, as I stated in a previous video, I used to be a stripper, and despite the fact that I thought I was ugly, females were throwing themselves at me right and left, and this did not lull me back into blue pill existence. In fact, it helped my red pill ingestion as I saw them in the light of honesty, not with their charming, demure, politically correct faces on. Next, I have had many insinuate that male empowerment is a generational curiosity, meaning that if you are old and dried up, well, yeah, of course you're male empowerment. You have to be. Nobody wants to play with you. Many assume that young men do not awaken, or only pretend to awaken, and then revert to chasing drug highs of sex and courtship. And thus, male empowerment is for those used up, broke down males who are bitter and lamenting their youth. And so they smack talk females and society and the youthful fun that they desperately miss. Funny that older females despise younger females not because they hate the female sex, but because they are jealous that young supple females can get males to serve them, whereas in advanced age they cannot. The age charge is a similar accusation as the looks issue. Basically, that you are undesirable, there is no demand for you, and you are bitter watching the young kids have all the fun. Now, just as with the looks issue, I think that age only affects when a male wakes up. When he is young and full of seed, he ignores warnings and chases hedonism. Yet, after a few hard miles of gynocentrism, he is more amicable to red pill truths. So there is a tenuous relationship between age and awakening because you must have negative experiences with gynocentrism, and experiences occur with time. Thus, these experiences spaced out in time doles out maturity of thought, observation, and introspection. In short, it does indeed take time to go from blue pill to red pill, but everybody's timetable is different. Being MGTOW before 25, even before 30, yeah, it's hard to find these males credible or lasting in their red pill conviction. They usually end up going back to the plantation, at least for conjugal visits. Most males tender of age do not have the observational maturity nor the internal fortitude to stave off their seed-spreading urges or the strength born of passion to rise against a society that shames them and an environment that exacts family expectations upon them. Sugar and spice and everything nice. This is what gynocentrism is made of. Old and ugly. Yeah, this is what MGTOW is made of, right? The young men, the pretty boys, the rich kids, they may think that they are above the law and that gynocentrism does not affect them or that they can attract a unicorn. Well, guess what? Sorry to have to trample all over your I am special balloon party, but if you have a Y chromosome, then your worth is less than female worth. Male value is that of roadkill compared to females. And appealing, pretty roadkill attracts even more vultures. So don't flatter yourself by the amount of attention that you attract or the flattery spoken to you. Be not fooled. You are still attracting vultures, no matter how blessed you think you are. Give it some time and maturity, and you will understand this. And finally, to put the screws to this flimsy, pathetic red herring of a shaming tactic that you are male empowerment because you have to be, you are old and ugly, and this nobody wants to play with you BS. Well, look, consider this. Looks or age provide no stay of execution from males being devalued or socially mocked or squeezed for labor and provision. Looks and age do not alleviate divorce inequity or circumcision or selective service requirements. Being apathetic because you are young and attractive does not relieve you from servicing females in a gynocentric tax machine and then being disposed of when push comes to shove. Your apathy and false insulation against male devaluation will not protect you when you are the victim of paternity fraud or false rape allegations. If you have a Y chromosome, nothing you can do or say, nothing will provide you equal value to that of a female, and nothing will spare you the disposability inherent with your Y chromosome. It has nothing to do with looks or age. We, in male spaces, are the advanced next generation males, and because of our care for other males, we are warning them about the reality of this world. We are the next stage of evolution for males. Call, suggest, insinuate any shaming tactic that you like. We are the next stage. We are superheroes compared to the rest of the blue pill males who remain ignorant as toddlers. Male empowerment warriors are titans. Gynocentric males are plain Cro-Magnon redundant simpletons practicing groupthink and subservience. Ugly and old? No. We are beautiful. We are timeless. And we are powerful beyond understanding with a passion to liberate males from injustice. Checkmate. My friends, stand with me, live free.